On today's show,
It's Memorial Day, so Grill Daddy Trey Kirby is cooking up some NBA Finals hot takes.
such as the Warriors will sweep the Cavs. But if LeBron wins, he's the GOAT.
And we'll count down Golden State's top 10 plays this season.
It's Monday, May 29th. The starter starts now.
Good evening, Sweet World, and welcome to The Starters, presented by Jack Daniels Tennessee Honey. Whether you're listening to the podcast, joining us live right now on NBA TV, or later on YouTube, we're very, very happy to have you. I'm Jay Skeets, and alongside me, as always, that's Tass Mellis.
Hope you're enjoying your Memorial Day.
To his right, the international man of mystery, taking it to the max, Lee Ellis.
Friends.
Lily.
And last, certainly not least, over yonder, it is the bearded ones, the Grill Daddy, Trey Kirby. Hey-o! TK, what's up, man?
Well, I'm here at the grill, sort of looking for your best tweets at hashtag the starters. And like you mentioned, it's Memorial Day, one of the biggest barbecue days of the year. And since we're here, we're throwing an NBA barbecue, which brings us to today's question. What are your favorite NBA barbecue foods? For instance, myself, I like a big old plate of sassy sweet baby back ribberts. And on the side, how about some coleslaw, Rich? And once I get thirsty, gotta wash it down with a nice glass of Melonade. But we want to hear from you, so hit us up on Twitter. What's your favorite NBA barbecue foods? Send us your best tweets to hashtag the starters, and I promise I'll get my computer out later.
All right.
Nice.
Never go to a barbecue without a computer.
That's right. That's how the saying goes. All right, we got a fun show tonight. We're going to play a little fill in the blank, and we're going to look back at the Warriors 2016-17 season and count down our top 10 plays, regular season, playoffs included. Should be fun. But we start by cooking up some hot takes. Not only burgers, not only chicken breasts over there on that grill. Trey's got some hot takes he's cooking up for us
Oh,
tonight.
it's smooth. It was smooth.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see those grill marks? You see those grill marks? That's how you know this take is ready. Because I cooked it hot and fast for y'all, just like the finals is gonna be hot and fast. Because the Warriors, they're gonna sweep. Yeah.
Warriors are gonna
gonna
Warriors
sweep
will
it.
sweep, says the Grill Daddy with the hottest take around. What do you think?
Everyone's got one of those friends. Oh, it's over.
Yeah.
Why even play? But this is what the Cavs want. There are some people saying 4 or 5 games. Cavs back against the wall is exactly what they want. I just can't buy it. After going 12-1 to get swept going to the finals, not a chance.
Warriors deserve favoritism. They're at home.
Of course.
They've got a much better team than they had last year. They've got Kevin Durant and Steph Curry. They're healthy as well. Last year there was a few question marks. But there's no way in the world a LeBron James team is being swept in the playoffs.
It's happened
there's
before in the
question-
finals.
10 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Different
First
team,
time
though.
he went there and he
Drew
had...
Gooden and friends.
Exactly, yeah. But
Question marks, grill marks, but not a sweep.
I think, what we've seen over LeBron, basically since they were down 3-1 last year, is what he is capable of doing no matter what the circumstances are. He always wins a game on the road during the playoffs as well. He's done that for 29 straight series. Now, he may not do that specifically in this series or even in games 1 or 2, but we just know that no matter what the situation is, LeBron's got something up his sleeve at some point in the series. He's going to come out and he's going to win a game by himself if he has to for the Cavs. Warriors deserve favoritism, I say. There's no way they're sweeping.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. You can't go sweep because to me, you look at these two teams, we're going to have some games that are just going to be shootouts.
Yeah.
And you're trying to tell me like the Cavs can't win a game or 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 in just the terms of shootouts and hitting the 3-ball. LeBron has shooters around him that are very, very close to being as prolific as those Warriors guys. So, yeah, I think they just get hot 1 or 2 games again to get those games. So, yeah, no way with a sweep.
Yeah, the Cavs have the #1 offense so far in the postseason. They have all those shooters, but their D is sort of slacking at times, and that's where the Warriors will take advantage, right?
Yep.
I mean, the Warriors are going to get extremely hot, just like that grill. There's going to be lots of 120, 115 games in this series.
For sure. Yeah,
Don't the Cavs have a bit of a mental edge? A little bit?
Yeah.
Why?
Over-
Why? I think the Warriors' revenge factor is the biggest factor, the fact that they lost last year 3-1.
Well, I think the Cavs know that no matter what, they can come back. No matter what the situation is, the Warriors know that even if they look like they've got them on the ropes, they've got to finish them off because we've seen LeBron do this to them already. He's punished them. Remember the year before when he had no Kevin Love and no Kyrie Irving? He was up 2-1 in that series as well. And he basically, you talk about that 2007 team, well, that team in 2015 was probably worse than what he had back then, and he still fought that team and almost got pulled off an upset. Obviously, the Warriors got out there in the end, but that's what LeBron's capable of doing. Talking about their offense, though, They do get hot, but if those threes aren't dropping, then the Cavs are in a bit of trouble. They need to make sure that they're getting plenty of contributions when those guys come off the bench, like Channing Frye. They've got to still keep that momentum going because the Warriors are the one team that will pound them.
Right.
They haven't faced that so far in the Eastern Conference.
The Cavs are last in points in the paint in the postseason. That's surprising. You look back, you sort of, as a casual observer, you think these teams, the Warriors are the shooting team. The Cavs, they've got LeBron James. They've got, Karl Malone 2.0. They pound you inside, but they score the fewest points in the paint.
All right, Trey. So no Warriors sweep over here.
No.
Well, let's hear your next hot take here. What are you serving? What are you cooking up?
I threw this next take on the grill early this morning. It's been cooking for hours on that indirect heat action. Low and slow, that's the way to go with a take this big, y'all. If LeBron wins, he's the GOAT. And I'll be grilling that goat.
Oh, grilling goat.
I'll be grilling that goat.
Got to get some goat.
I'll be grilling
Sensual goat happening over there.
You're the weirdest guy at the barbecue, man. You're too
my
chill,
barbecue.
man.
Sexy old barbecue.
Oh, yeah. Nice fun. All right, so if the Cavs win, LeBron's the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. That's a hot take. Where are you following
That
that?
take's hot. Yep.
The problem with this is for LeBron is because Jordan went 6 for 6 in the finals, it's very hard for LeBron, in my opinion, to overtake or surpass Michael Jordan as the greatest of all time. He may do it if he wins more championships than Jordan, but even if he only wins 6, which is still an incredible achievement, the fact that he lost 4 is probably going to count against him.
Let me counter, though. Let me counter,
please.
okay? Did Jordan and those Bulls teams take down or beat better teams than LeBron has taken down in the finals before? And most notably, of course, these Warriors, doing it once last year, maybe doing it again this year. Is that fair to say? We talked about the East being garbage.
Yeah, you can say that. I mean, he beat Magic at the end of his career. He beat Barkley. It was a team that basically had one star. He beat a team in Kemp and Peyton that were sort of falling apart. That being said, he had 6 in his 14 full seasons. 6 titles in 14 full seasons. This is LeBron's 14th season, and he may have 4. I don't like putting titles ahead of everything else when it comes to guys going to the Hall of Fame. You can go into the Hall of Fame if you haven't won a title, but we're talking about the best of all time. 6 matters. I think it really does matter in this situation.
What about the going to the finals 7 straight times in LeBron? It's something LeBron Jordan, didn't do. I mean, there was a reason for that, taking some time off, but that is something, people look at Jordan's early career and they go, he didn't even get out of to the second round a lot of times there for a couple of years, early in his career.
But those were great teams he went up against as well, and he didn't have great teammates. But the knock people say as well, he made the finals, but he didn't win all those championships when he went 7 times in a row. It's so, I mean, you're splitting hairs really, because they're both incredible players who've done incredible things, just in different eras, facing different opponents. I mean, you talk about that Phoenix Suns team in '93. Charles Barkley was the MVP. The Suns had home court advantage. They were an incredible team. Right. And Jordan was still able to overcome them. I would say the Lakers was probably the weakest opposition, actually, that Jordan faced back in his first championship in '91. But those 2 Jazz teams, I mean, Karl Malone was still an all-star and MVP, and John Stockton, they were tough teams that he beat.
It's just too tough to go up against Michael Jordan, especially right now, while we're still in LeBron's career.
Right.
Yeah.
We have to wait it out, and Michael Jordan's flaws have been lost to history. I mean, he's a god. I mean, he doesn't walk this earth. And LeBron James, again, we're in year 14. I think rings does matter at this point of a career.
When you're comparing him, I guess, to Jordan.
To the best, yeah.
All right, Trey, final one. What you got there, man? Yeah.
What I got? Burgers. Hey. Chicken. Hey. You can't lose at my barbecues, unlike Kevin Durant. Because if the Warriors lose, he's going to get killed. And if the Warriors win, he might not get that much love. So, guys, these takes are ready for y'all. Kevin Durant can't win, even if he wins.
Wow. Do you buy it? Is there some truth to that? Even if the Warriors win, even if they win in 5, let's say, and Durant's dominant,
I think he
does
wins.
he still come out as a loser?
I think he wins.
Really?
I think right now he's the best player of this era without a title. And if he goes and beats the best player of this era in LeBron James, and he wants revenge for that 2012 Thunder Heat Finals where he lost, he comes out on top.
But he's
no
supposed
longer,
to win.
Yeah,
he's supposed to win.
But still, I don't know. Yeah, when it comes, we look back at that resume, and there's a trophy there. There's that little Larry O'Brien on Basketball Reference. I think that's all that matters.
I sort of compare it to Chris Bosh, even though Kevin Durant's a better player than Chris Bosh. But when Chris Bosh went to Miami, it was like, if he wins a championship, it's going to be tarnished because he joined up with LeBron and Dwayne Wade. But I think it's different in this case for Kevin Durant because he is a superstar, we know that. And he's basically going there to win his championship. You can never knock a guy for changing teams to go to win a championship and then he accomplishes that goal. That's what he's going there for.
Right.
You know, if for some reason the Warriors, the Thunder had traded and got better players around Kevin Durant, he wins a championship, does that then diminish his legacy because he stayed with that team? Not in my opinion. He decided he'd had enough in OKC. He wanted to go elsewhere to try to win, and he may do that. I don't think he can lose in that situation.
I think he has more to lose if he doesn't come out with the title. If he is the best player of this era, another MVP without a title. And what if he is the Finals MVP? Does he lose then? We very well could be. He's the favorite.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right. Hot takes, hot burgers, hot
time to
chickens.
eat.
Great stuff. Yeah, let's see. Oh, yeah.
Who wants a bird?
Oh, yummy.
I'm
Nancy, you want a burger?
I'll take a burger.
Whoa! Want some chicken?
I'm looking for dessert.
It's a little well done for my take.
You got any Von wafers
That's
over
how
there?
I do it.
All right, we got to take a break. Lots more still to come here on the starters tonight. When we return, we'll debate whether the 2017 Warriors rank and where they rank when it comes to LeBron's toughest finals opponents. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the starters, where it's time to play a little fill-in-the-blank finals edition. Trey Kirby, you've got the cues. We'll do the filling in of the blanks.
Sounds good. The Warriors are undefeated in the playoffs. They've been blowing teams out left and right. And to hear LeBron James tell it, beating them in the finals is going to be quite the challenge.
First of all, it's the level of talent they have. You know, you have the talent of Steph, Clay, Draymond, KD. You have the smarts of Iguodala, Livingston, the rest of those guys. You know, and then you add that offensive package and their movement, their shooting ability, it makes them very dangerous. So, you know, it definitely starts with the talent first, but then it also comes in with the basketball IQ and the movement and those guys having the high motor, and they got a lot of those guys. I mean, it's up there. Obviously, I mean, I played against 4 Hall of Famers as well, too. You know, with Manu, you know, Kawhi, Tony, and Timmy D on the same team. And if you add Pop in there, that's 5.
Fill in the blank. The best team LeBron has faced in the finals is blank.
This one coming up on Thursday, the 2017 Warriors. I think it has to be. I mean, you just go through. First off, they've put on a basketball clinic in the last month and a half, whatever it is, 2 months. Ever since Klay Thompson signed a toaster, they've won 27 out of 28 games. They're obviously undefeated in the playoffs. Former MVPs or current really in Curry and then Durant. You got a possible Defensive Player of the Year. You got Klay, who is one of the best two-way guards, you know, at that position in the league. It's them. I mean, they've been the best team of the last 3 years. So I think this is really LeBron's biggest challenge.
It definitely could be, but you said clinic. You remember 2014, what those Spurs did? That
Sure.
4-1 wiping of the Heat. Many said that was the best basketball they have ever seen played. And rightfully so.
Right.
That was amazing. That was phenomenal. If you remember that revenge series against the Heat after that 7-game win.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
It was peak Spurs at the time.
Oh, man, it was peak
ball
anything.
movement, yeah. And you still had Tim Duncan producing incredible numbers, Parker and Ginobili, those guys still at the later stage of their career were still really, really dominant. And I think the Heat, I think they went in favourite or pretty close to favourite in that series as well. So I don't think anyone was expecting to see the Spurs wipe the floor with them.
The Warriors could definitely duplicate that because they share the ball like the Spurs and because it's sort of a revenge season, back-to-back sort of situation. But, I mean, I remember that? I mean, I was flabbergasted by the way they shellacked them. I like using long words, long sports words.
We will see. All right, Trey, next one.
All right, you may have heard that the Warriors added Kevin Durant last summer, throwing another MVP in the mix for a team that already won 73 games, but that's not all that's changed. Everybody's healthy on both sides right now. Draymond Green has been on his best behavior, and Steve Kerr is still missing from the sidelines. Guys, fill in the blank. Aside from KD, the biggest difference from the 2016 finals is blank.
Kevin Love.
Kevin Love.
Last season in the finals, 8.5 points on 36% shooting, 26% from downtown, and 7 rebounds a game. Now, he missed the game because of that concussion as well, and then he came off the bench in another one. This season, though, in the playoffs, 17 and 10, 46% shooting, and 47% from downtown.
Got even better in the conference finals.
And
too.
you can just see he's a completely different player since they won the championship last year. His role was a little bit unidentified there. There was always rumours that if they didn't win the championship last year, maybe they'd trade him. Right now, he's got the swag back, you know, the swag back of an all-star player.
I love when you say swag. Swag. The swag back.
But you can just tell that winning it last year made him believe, now I am one of the guys, and I don't think he felt that in those first 2 seasons.
Yeah, there's no chance he's coming off the bench in this finals. But I think it's Steph Curry. The MVP is going to feel like an MVP. Last year, he had 2 stints on the disabled list during the postseason. He came back and he was, quote-unquote, healthy for the finals. He was playing, but his numbers were not Curry-like. And he couldn't take Kevin Love off the dribble in Game 7 there. It just didn't feel like Steph was right. And he wasn't admitting it. If Steph is 100%, I think this series goes a different way. So they have relaxed. They've taken their rest late in the season. This isn't like the 73-win team.
I think it's something you said there, Trey. I think it's just Draymond Green coming in with just 2 techs into the finals. That's a long way from the 7 you got to accumulate to get the mandatory suspension.
For sure.
And that was obviously a massive turning point in last year's finals when he had the little tap on LeBron and had accumulated those techs, enough of them, and then that lost that game. A lot of people thinking maybe it would have been over in 5. So him coming in here with, for him, basically a clean slate, he would have to do a whole lot to actually get suspended.
He's got time.
It's still in play, but he'd have to do a whole lot. So I think that's big because, as the Warriors go, it tends to sometimes hang on how Draymond Green is playing, and he's been great in the playoffs.
And you wonder if the Cavs will maybe try to get under his skin a little bit. And
absolutely think LeBron will
him.
try and push his buttons.
Yeah,
for sure.
Get Dante Jones in there.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Trey, final one.
All right, the last time we saw an NBA game was on May 25th. 4 days ago, and Game 1 of the finals isn't until this Thursday. That's an entire week with no basketball. I've spent it so far teaching C-balls, gardening, and getting a pedicure, but I'm curious about you guys, so fill in the blank. The key to surviving a week with no NBA is blank.
It's hockey.
Hockey? What?
The NHL finals start tonight. Fire up the Shea Weber grill. Oh, yeah. Have a little peek at the Sioux band tonight. Yeah, why not?
All right. Who you like? You like Preds or Pens?
I like Preds.
Okay.
Sidney Crosby's
Why
best
are we
player
talking like
on
this?
earth.
Hey.
LeBron. Just do the little things. We've all got those chores and jobs that you've been putting off throughout the season and the playoffs. Get them out of the way. Hey, listen, once the finals start, you're not going to be. You can't say to your wife, well, sorry, I'm going to do them tomorrow. She's saying, no, you had all week to do them. Now the finals are coming. I've got to watch the game. I've got to prepare for the next game.
Just take this time, catch up on some media. Shout out to our producer, Matty O. There's a lot of media out there. So be it podcasts like S-Town, you can rifle through that. Leftovers, maybe you got to catch up with the Leftovers. Master of None, 2nd season.
What's that boat one that you watch?
Excuse me?
Below Deck?
Oh, Below Deck, yeah, new season of Below Deck. Mediterranean. All right, yeah, check that out. All right, when we come back, we're going to count down the Warriors' top 10 plays this season. Don't go anywhere.
The Starters on NBA TV is brought to you by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey, proud partner of the NBA. Do your friends proud. Please drink responsibly.
Back with the starters. The NBA Finals don't get started until Thursday, June 1st, which gives you lots of time to watch playoff hockey or do the little things like me. But we're going to take the time here on the starters to look back at the Golden State Warriors season and count down their top 10 plays at number 10. Steph Curry, in his range from half court, splash.
Just a layup.
It really is.
Just foul him at the end of quarters. Make him shoot free throws.
Yeah.
Turned into a great meme, the celebration here too.
You like those jerseys?
I love them.
Yeah.
I think they're really cool.
Even with the sleeves, you're a fan, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, down he goes.
See?
At number 9, in honor of the hockey finals starting tonight,
Oh boy.
Rudy Gobert's on skates.
Yeah.
Steph with the dangle.
Just stop, Rudy. Just pull out there.
Yeah, he's got the handles. What is Rudy to do?
Yeah,
Just lie down.
He's doing his
No,
best.
just lie down, take a nap.
Grab him.
No chance. At number 8, little Draymond Green driving, throwing it up to JaVale McGee.
Yeah.
The and one oop.
Nice catch.
Takes a shot to the body, too.
Yeah.
Man.
Great season for JaVale McGee.
At number 7, Steph gets inside this time. Through 3 Wizards. Wow! That's some wizardry.
I love this play. He doesn't even look at the rim.
Gorgeous.
He won't even look at the rim. He's looking that way.
Masterful touch around the rim. Kind of goes unheralded with his game.
He scored on what? 4 different Wizards,
Yeah,
I guess?
think so.
Not bad. Playoffs are included here in the Warriors' top 10 plays, so we go to the playoffs with Kevin Durant with a double block.
That's great.
This shot is so
Plus
good,
moving.
too. Just hanging in the air.
Once and twice for good measure.
That's just mean. KD, a little defense here. He's just standing there, though. Oop, up. Zaza over the head. Zaza! And then Steph, the lefty. Beautiful stuff. KD does a Zaza impression, barely jumps. And over the head to Steph. Takes the contact and the score.
another game against the Kings. This Warriors highlight. Draymond Green going the other way. Fast break. Punches it home on Anthony Tolliver.
I was expecting like a throw off the window or something like that. No.
Popped it. Yeah, just.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gets Tolliver there on the noggin a little bit in the back.
Remember this play? Round 1. This was ridiculous. Dre guards Damian Lillard on the outside and gets back for the block on Noah Vonleh. No problem.
Nice.
2-on-1? No biggie.
That is unbelievable.
Draymond.
You don't see a
Oh,
guy
my goodness.
stop a 2-on-1 fast break by blocking it often. At number 2, though, Kevin Durant. Gonna put Brook on the poster. This is when, like, remember when we were calling him Durantula for a little bit?
Yeah.
This is when he looks like a giant spider. Just thrunks it in there
Crawling up the web.
on Brook.
But at number 1, you remember this gorgeous play? It's a full court alley-oop. There's a pass there. What?
That pass from Draymond.
Yeah, that's incredible.
And then this
And
one.
that pass.
Come on.
I mean, it's not quite off the backboard, but it's pretty close. you know?
Yep.
Not a dribble in sight.
There it is. The Warriors' top 10 plays from this season. We'll do the Cavs later this week. We got the time, but when we come back, we're going to find out some of your favorite NBA barbecue items. You're watching The Starters, presented by Jack Daniels, Tennessee Honey. We asked you guys on Twitter, what's your favorite NBA barbecue food? You hit us up. Trey, you got to do the best answer.
We're gonna love these answers, guys. Some classics here. Quentin says, how about a Darvin hamburger?
Hamburger!
Ken says, Detlef shrimps, of course. Throw them on the bobby. And Alvin says, my favorite, John Hot Dog Williams. Hot rod, hot plate, hot dog, whatever.
Good answers. Good answers.
All right, we haven't had a wedgie in a very long time, guys. But we had one in the WNBA. Yeah, why not? Why not? Chicago Sky, Connecticut Sun. Yesterday, Courtney Vandersloot on the outside. A 3-ball.
Wow, what a
Sticks
wild
it.
angle.
Quite clean. She only had 2 attempts on the night, and one of them, a wedge.
Are there more wedgies in the WNBA because the ball is a little bit smaller?
Great question.
Gotta do
We
the
need
math.
John Shoe Woman on the case.
All right, guys, tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern, you got to join us live on Twitter for the Starters Twitter show. Always a blast. Get your questions in right now. Hashtag the Starters. They can be about the finals. They can be about barbecuing. They can be about anything you want. Join us at 11 a.m. Eastern again on Twitter. Basketball gets underway Thursday, June 1st. Hey, we're going to be here all week. Don't you worry.
Okay.
Don't you worry, Lily.
All right.
We'll get the little things done here on the Starters.
Make sure you
Here's
do.
a quick look at finals week on NBA
Can't
TV.
do them next week.
But again, Twitter show tomorrow. We'll back tomorrow night with the TV show at 6:30 p.m. Eastern.
All right, thank you so much for joining us, folks. And remember, at NBA TV, we've got 2 great grill masters. Not sure who's better, Dennis Scott or Trey Kirby.
Brace the night, people.